Hi everyone, myself Vikas Sharma, and this is my podcast. And today I would like to welcome our special guest, Mr. Alan from Pineapple. He is a Director of Sales and Regional Director. Welcome, Alan.
Appreciate it, Vikas. I really appreciate it. I get excited when I come over here. Thank you for welcoming me on your podcast, and I really do appreciate it. And I'm excited for this conversation.
Amazing, and thanks a lot for giving us your precious time. I know you're very, very busy right now.
Not always
And-
have time for you guys.
Thank you. And whoever is watching this podcast, myself, I'm a mortgage agent for almost 22 years. I work with the major banks and also work with the broker side. And one major thing or issue I faced, Alan, I would like to honestly, it's 22 years.
Yeah, that's a
And
great time.
I was very successful in the career. But I realized majority of was self-learning. There
Right.
was no proper guide and no proper support on that time. I'm talking about approximate 2003. We used to do a Morty system, and and the technology was not great on that time.
You
right?
were doing mortgages by pen and paper.
Pen
I
and paper,
remember,
you can
right?
say that,
Right, yeah.
And you can see on that time maybe the financial institutions have a big book for their guidelines on that time,
Yeah.
like a Bell directory, phone
It
directory.
basically it was a thick book that you would have at your desk. And
Definitely.
sometimes you would have to reference it, but it was literally pen and paper.
Definitely.
Things have changed drastically now
Yeah.
these days.
But those were the days, those were the days.
It was.
So what I would like to change or want to bring a change. The change for there's a lots of Canadians are looking a career in to become a mortgage agent.
Right.
And they're very confused basically. So there's a couple of options. They can do a course and join a brokerage,
Right.
or they can go to the good major financial institutions as a mortgage specialist.
Yes.
So in this case, what is the right direction for them if they joining a mortgage brokerage? Why Pineapple? Simple question and straight.
I do appreciate it, and at the end, I get this question asked a lot. And for me, I always say, no matter what, start something, right? Get your foot in the door. Starting a career, no matter what, if it works out one way or the other, you are making that step forward. But if someone's deciding on a financial institution, working for as a independent broker, or whatever capacity, the broker world has really opened a lot of opportunity for a lot of people because you're working with different lenders, different individuals, different clients. You have a variety of options to work with. But on this side of the business, especially when I talk to individuals that were mortgage specialists thinking of coming over to the broker channel and are very hesitant, a little scared, I guess you can say, because they're part of the one of the large 5 banks, or ideally 6 banks now these days. And they have that support. They're cradled within that nature.
Understand?
And at the end, shifting gears and working on a broker channel, and ideally trying to navigate and dissect the client conversations and representing those various lenders. It's a scary part. It's very scary, but realization of those options is exactly why you should be moving to the broker channel.
Understand.
Because you have so many options. Now these days, the climate that we're in, it's not as simple. Every client is not lined up the same anymore, right? Over the years, you're not looking at every client's going to be a AAA client.
Understand that.
Everyone's position's a little bit different. Everyone is, not of the standard demographic of qualifications anymore.
I understand that.
Right. So now, really, those mortgage specialists that are sitting in an area where they're catering to those AAA clients are losing some clients to the broker channel because everyone now is not fitting the same model anymore. So, long answer to your question. Why does somebody come to the broker channel, or at least Pineapple? One thing we focus on is showing agents how to do the business, support them, train them. Our 4 pillars are technology, our culture, support, and training is a big part of
I
it.
just want to stop here because
Yeah,
this
please.
is a amazing and interesting part.
Okay,
These four pillars.
right.
And could you say it again? Those ones. I want the agents or the future,
Yeah.
the mortgage agents they're watching. They must have to know what these four pillars are and why they are so important.
Right. Well, I appreciate that. I think one of our pillars is the culture, right? The culture of at least Pineapple, how we do things, how we work together, how there's a synergy, how we leverage each other's information. We share information. We share best practices. We have a particular chatter group, what we call Loop,
Understand?
right? That is available to everyone in the organization to ask questions, right? To share each other's knowledge at the end, right? New agent, experienced agent, broker, whatever capacity you're in, everyone is kind of at the same level of sharing information, right? So no one is at is smarter, more experienced each other. Everyone's there just to support.
Understand?
Right. At the events that we have amazing events where everyone gets a chance to network together. Right. Our events we have I'm thankful for this. 500-600 people attend. Right, and it's mostly just Pineapple and our partners.
Beautiful,
Right.
amazing.
So culture is one massive thing that pulls everything together. Our technology is one of our main focuses because we are technically a fintech company or a software company,
Understand?
but it's not our main directive. We just provide amazing tech that's proprietary to us that elevates our agents' business, provides amazing assets for them to use, tools for them to use to manage their business. We are the first to integrate AI into our systems. Why are we doing that? At the end, we know that's the direction of everything's going, and providing innovative solutions to our agents to just type in a question, give me the income statements, give me the monthly income from these bank statements. You just ask a question and AI will come up with it.
Wow.
Right. We're really just trying to move the needle as best as possible, and technology is moving along with us. Right. We can't avoid it, and it's one of the things that why agents love what we're doing, is because it truly is making their lives easier.
Of course.
Right.
So before I move on to the
Yeah.
other two pillars,
Right.
so the first you talk about culture. So I was there with my team, almost 21 people,
Right.
and we felt like a home, like a family, so much welcoming, and all the underwriting department and the broker side technology department were together to welcome us and supported us. That's amazing. I felt that, I experienced that. So based on that, I can say that. And the next is the technology. I was talking to my couple of team members,
Yes.
and I think so. They are on the. It's almost a 1 week we joined, and they are already putting some deals together, and they loved the system,
Right.
and the technology, and they just totally fall in love with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because we used other systems before also, but this is so many additions. Right now I don't want to talk in so much detail about that. It will take so much time.
Of course.
But
of course.
with my experience, everyone watching here, that culture and technology. Technology, that's why Amazon happened. Technology, that's why Airbnb
true.
happened.
Right.
Technology, that's why Tesla happened. Technology, that's why Pineapple is happening. So here's the future for you. So we can talk more. And but
I
two
appreciate
pillars.
that. I appreciate that. What our CEO Shubha says to us is that, and Kendall, our president and COO, what we're doing today is what in 20 years from now, is what we're going to tell our kids. This is how things were done, right? But the biggest part about the excitement and yourself and your wonderful team has experienced was, I think, if I can add to the culture and why it works so well, is you're putting your 150% into it. It only the needle can only move so far, and it takes the other individual or individuals to move the needle even further, right? And that collaboration, that synergy is why, I'm excited about what you guys are doing,
Amazing.
right? And why you guys are so passionate and already getting everything so quickly, right? It shows a lot when it comes to new agents that are joining your team and experienced agents that are part of the organization, why they can become successful even faster at the end, right? Everyone's moving together, holding hands,
Definitely.
jointly, right?
Definitely. So that's
But yeah, sorry, and so when it comes to the other pillars, where the first two, technology, culture, I think in addition to what I was mentioning, is the training and support. Our other two, support and training, is kind of ties everything together. I think that was one thing that we spoke about is having that proper support from a brokerage to help elevate your business and you showing us what you're doing. I'll tell you this podcast room wowed me, right? I'm gonna add this table to ours at head office.
Oh, great.
100%, because we learn from each other.
All right.
We inspire each other, right? And those are the great parts of support that we're getting from each other. But that training support, your team experienced that the other week. We pulled in all our resources, and it really wasn't something that was demanded. It just happened. It was something that everyone wanted to be a part of. You have each individual from each department, from learning development, underwriting, from IT, from sales. They're all coming in from compliance, coming in, showing you and your team exactly how we do things and exactly how we are going to support everyone, and really continue it from there. We have over 40 hours a month, 40 plus hours a month of available training support that we ensure is always going to be in the schedule, right?
Amazing.
Yeah.
I got a chance on that day. Shubha was giving a presentation, right? And my team got very, very impressed because of his wisdom and especially fact-based information. I seen the lots of advertisement of real estate on social media, but hardly any advertisement said about why this is the right time to purchase a property. Rates are lower, going to be more lower. That's a prediction, possible, right? And property prices are, if you compare from 2022 to now, it's very much lower. On third thing, and especially, no one talk about that. Over 1 million customers open first-time home buyer account.
Yeah.
And the first-time home buyer account is for what? To buy a first home.
Right.
And that's like over 1 million.
Yeah. And a lot of people don't realize the market right now, is sharing information. There is approximately 75% of the mortgages are coming up for renewal just this year.
Yes, sir.
Right, and $1.6 trillion of potential mortgage business is coming between 2025 and 2026.
Wow.
Right, so there's tons of opportunity, but how to go after that opportunity, one or the other, it's really important to learn how to navigate those conversations. You're gonna lose probably 2 deals at every 5, maybe even 3 deals every 5, right? But you just keep on moving the needle and trying to do your best to provide the best service possible. A deal that you lose potentially could be a deal that you could have in 5 years from now or 3 years from now, right? But having that support, having that share of knowledge, having that leadership like yourself is really imperative to driving success for the agents around you at the end, right? That motivation at the end.
Definitely. And one more thing I would like to share. When one of my team member share a deal, an application with the underwriting department, and Jennifer was explaining, actually I was on the other side of the phone, and she was explaining from the very ground zero that a brand new agent or new agent, but I was listening to her, and then I told Jennifer, I'm also quite a long time in the industry,
Right.
But she said this is the way we do it.
Don't give Jennifer too much credit, because now we're gonna have to go back to the office and I'm gonna have to give her gifts now. But
She deserves it.
She deserves it. Jennifer's one of our underwriters.
Yes.
And I appreciate the feedback on that. We really want to take the effort to guide as much as possible the process of how to use underwriting and how it supports and leverages our agent's business and takes care of ideally the fulfillment process of the deal, right? But getting reassurance as agents and brokers, working with the team or infrastructure of an organization gives you peace of mind.
Oh, yes.
It gives you peace of mind.
To simplify the things.
And
every new agent was able to understand. Right. And it reminds me of my old days. If someone like that kind of a team I have in those old days, maybe my period of my coming to the peak may be shortened.
Yeah, you know what? It doesn't mean that you're gonna hit. You will hit another one
of course,
now, right? We'll get there together. You just set one benchmark, and we'll get to another benchmark.
Yes.
Which is why I think I'm excited to be chatting with you. The future of yourself and the organization, the team that's around you. I'll tell you one thing for me. What really excited about when we came here and Shubha and I had a chance to speak with you, our CEO, was just our shared values and commitment to just providing or setting a future for the people around us, our career, our children's children, really setting a benchmark of the next generation of potential mortgage advisors, mortgage agents, specialist professionals in our industry. Massive commitment on that, and that was your motive, your goal in mind. When you get a chance to retire, you mentioned want to be able to sit back and say, what, I'm content. I'm happy that there's something behind me right now, right? So that's exciting. That's probably the most when it comes to values, I always get drawn to.
I understand.
Right? And I'm excited.
So Alex, there's one question in my mind. I'm looking for a career in mortgages. Want to be a level 1.
Right.
I did ask before, why pineapple?
Right.
But this is a specific situation.
Okay.
Why pineapple?
Well, great question. I think at the end, whenever we help our team leaders and just talking to agents that are interested in joining, they get inundated by hundreds of different brokers that are talking to them, right? And how to navigate all the noise or all those conversations. I'm a big believer in, if you're talking to brokerages, get them to show you everything. If they can't show you, they have nothing to show. And I use that as my tagline all the time. One, we are very transparent on what we do, right? Whenever we talk to agents, we give them a full walkthrough. We show them, okay, we have access to fantastic technology that will ideally manage your business. Some brokerages, they don't have that infrastructure. So you're really literally working from an Excel sheet or a pen and paper, which is nothing wrong with that. But at the end, it'll be harder for you to manage your business. When it comes down to having the right training support, as a team leader, you want to be able to manage your team and support them. But ideally, having a brokerage that provides that necessary knowledge and training in what we do, over 40 plus hours a month of available training, from just market updates that happen every Tuesday to kind of talk about what the environment's like in the industry and how that impacts you and your business and your client. That happens every Tuesday from our CEO Shubha. Kendall provides technology training every week, right? And providing how to use the necessary tools to elevate your business, how to use your doc portal to manage your documents, right? And new iterations of technology evolutions are coming in almost on a monthly basis. But for us, our biggest thing is that we have access to all the lenders, right? We have infrastructure like underwriting department to help you do your business or do the fulfillment part, right? We have the training, we have the support. But really what we're trying to do is we're trying to create as much infrastructure for our agents to succeed, right? And our team leaders and their growth, and the individuals under your team that will eventually want to build something of their own, we have that support for everyone, right? That was our dedication in coming into the industry, was to provide real infrastructure, real support for the agents that really don't have it and really do need it at the end.
That is amazing, and let me extend it also because I experience it. I do want to ask you in your terms,
Yeah.
basically, and I'm gonna go very specific
Right.
mortgage agent term here. So I would like to all the listeners and all the watchers. I just want to say one thing. Number one, the software. It's just like a foot of elephant. All the foot is one side and elephant foot is one side, right? It has every access in there. For example, I choose a lender, I click on it, all the rates are in there.
Yeah.
I don't need to change the window, go here and there, and the software was telling so much details, what
Yeah.
documents needed. This is an amazing system and so easy to use.
It is. It is.
On top of that, one thing I realized, the support system in this case. Of course, same day you send an application, and Jennifer jump on right away in that case,
Right, yeah,
support. And main thing is team support.
Yes.
When I joined in 2003, there was no one to, even my team members, I joined a company and they were not there to help me much.
Right.
Everyone is busy on their own survivals and all these things. But when you are dedicated, you learn the things.
Yeah.
But over here, everyone there to help you out.
Yeah, and I'll tell you this, there might be times when, we can do it better, but conversations and willingness to learn from how to do things better, we adapt. If you tell us there's something that you have in mind to correct or add on to our support and training, we'll listen. We'll add those extra values to it. We'll add that extra technique in there.
Of course.
It's share best practices, right? So we can only be better by the ones around us.
Of course.
Right, and that's what makes working for this organization fantastic, because we're constantly trying to do better, constantly trying to move that needle for really the brokers and agents around us at the end.
Yeah, and I would like to share one more a story. Basically, one of my friend working with one of the big six, banks, Schedule A lenders, as a mortgage specialist, and because of the regulators are very strict and getting more strict in the future, he described that there are very the chances of approval because of regulators' policies, strict policies are very, very challenged to get approvals with the A lender. Technically we call A lender side. Now he want to change his not the career, but the channel. Maybe he has to go broker channel, and in the broker channel he has lots of options, right? And one option was definitely offering him a good size of bonus, a monetary bonus,
right?
And also, but he has to for a couple of years, 5 to 7 years. I'm not sure about that contract, right?
Right.
But I also asked him to, why don't you join me, right? So. I show him my mini team and how big team we have in support of in our head office as you. Can you put some light and then simplify the things?
For sure.
Like why we then?
Yeah, and I think it is a common scenario and experience as an agent, either in the industry or looking to get into the industry. There are brokerages out there that provide incentives, payouts or signing bonuses, or some sort of incentives out there. And ideally it does sound wonderful, but they ideally are kind of paying you with your own money, and they're locking you in over a 5-7 year contract, right? 1 year, 2 year, 5 year, 7 year contract. And for someone that's coming in the industry, imagine locking yourself in. Even high school isn't even 7 years, right? It's only 4 years now these days. But to be locked in and ideally not able to move, you are they're paying you with your own money. And the options out there, we're working with brokerages where they have no contract. Pineapple has no contract.
No contract.
No contract.
Great.
If you decide to leave tomorrow for any reason, if you decide to go to a friend's brokerage, all we wish you the best and hope you come back. Right? Your data is your data. We have agents that had horror stories where they were with a brokerage for X amount of years, and when they decided to come over here, their data was locked off.
Oh.
Right. Us, we're big believers on we are a B2B business. We're here to work with brokers and agents. Their data is their data, right? So giving the freedom to agents to feel like they get transparency. They may not get a signing bonus, but they do get volume bonus from us, right? From the lenders that we have. The lenders that have volume bonus qualification, we pay all the volume bonuses to our agent.
It means
we actually pay on a daily basis. We have a daily payroll, right? So it's not a 1 week pay period. It's not a 2 week pay period or 30-day pay period. We pay you on a daily basis, and there's true support around that, right? So for me, for my message to, ideally, if an agent's looking to come over to Pineapple or at least the broker channel, look for the brokerages that have that transparency. But
that is very important.
But mainly look for the brokers that are willing to show you everything and welcome you with open arms, right? And really try to do their best to guide you and support you.
Of course.
Yeah.
Coming to the Pineapple for me was just like coming back to the family. And important things, there's no contract. Number 2, yes, there's no signing bonus, but when you have a support, if you convert that support in money, it's much bigger, because with that support you're able to close maybe 20 deals, 15 deals extra a year.
Yeah.
And what is those 10, 15, $20,000 will be in
well, if I could put a dollar value on that, if you don't mind. So I actually was asked this question before. So an agent was in the industry for 10 years, and technically, was talking to a few brokerages. One was giving him a signing bonus, and the other one was someone he was just familiar with. And he asked us, do we have a signing bonus? I said, no, unfortunately we don't. It's not something that we believe in. We don't want to lock any of our agents in. But how long have you been in the industry for? The agent said 10 years. So I said, how many deals have you done? And he's done hundreds of deals, okay? A volume was probably over 100 million in total, okay? And I said, well, what if I can put a dollar value on that portfolio that you have? He said, what do you mean? Well, we have a program, a tool that is called Renewals Plus. Okay, and Renewals Plus, we're the only organization that provides visibility on renewals and non-subject renewals. Right, so we actually could put a dollar value on your portfolio, and if I can increase your business pretty much immediately by 20 to 30%, just because you have history of doing mortgages, you've been in the industry for X amount of years.
Understand?
Is that worth more than that $20,000 that you're going to get? It's actually worth probably 5 to 10 times more.
Wow.
Right. So if you ask me, is there a signing bonus? Not necessarily from the beginning, but in the long term, is actually continued business growth.
Of course.
Right.
Signing bonus is basically what I feel in my personal side. Yes, if you are a high volume person in the past, but still, it's an attraction basically. Even 20, 30,000 signing bonus these days. If you see the things are expensive, the money gonna run out very fast.
Right.
But I think so. $1 million support is much better than.
And I think what you said there, you actually made a great point. Having a great short-term injection of money is great, but having an organization with the technology to actually help you build your portfolio for your lifetime. Every mortgage you do has a potential to be more opportunity and more revenue for you during the end of that term, and continue it on from there, and also engaging with that one client to build referral opportunities. You're looking at a guaranteed increase of business of at least 20 to 35%, just from using the infrastructure that we have at Pineapple, right? And really maximizing that. There's actually a dollar value behind that. We're actually saying, yes, there is a signing bonus,
of course,
right? We can actually put that number there.
Put the number, and the freedom to work.
And the freedom to work.
That you have nothing in the mind like I have a contract signed for 5 years or 7 years, and sometime the place of work is not supportive enough, and you can't even leave.
Yeah.
It's very stressful. Exactly,
Agreed.
that thing. Yeah, short-term contracts, find somebody doing it, but 5-7 years contract these days is a
don't-
lot.
You don't want everyone to be handcuffed to a
Yes,
situation.
definitely.
You want to be able to breathe easily,
Yes.
right, and move around and stretch your legs and stretch your arms
Mm-hmm.
at any time you want. That's where real success and real opportunity to really expand and grow and jump in the sky, right, for whatever
Mm-hmm. Yes.
you want to do. Being able to do that is probably the most valuable thing.
And another thing is, you just said two words, expanding and growth.
Yes.
So expansion and growth. So as a mortgage agent, yes, we have to earn the money in shape of commissions, but we never thought about how we can grow and how much potential we have. Sometimes the agent doesn't know that they have so much potential.
Right.
But we as a team leader can see exactly this is not your position.
Right.
So for wherever you're lacking, we can put you
Yeah.
that support in that support to grow more.
I actually enjoyed having conversations of people's failures or gaps and their overall goals in life, because you have a strength. You know what? Great. That will continue growing and growing. And being able to understand your weaknesses and your gaps in your work habits, in your day to day, in your personal life, and being able to overcome them, that's going to be a lifetime benefit at the end, right?
Of course.
And those are things I'm learning right now, having this conversation with you on your podcast. I'm already learning from it, right? I'm like, we all try to be a sponge. So I do appreciate this very much, right? Sharing this the opportunity with you is wonderful for me. So.
Yes, and what I want to say it again: earnings and growth.
Yeah.
We always focus on earning. We never focus on growth.
Growth.
And growth and education and support based on the current market situations.
Right.
Where to focus for your future business, or from where the future business can come to you. Right. And that is amazing support, to build a successful career, right?
Yeah. And I think also it actually makes for myself and head office and the operations team behind you, knowing that, if I can add, your excitement and your desire to grow your team, bring in the right people, and the right people that will help each other, right? And technically asking, what else can we do, Alan, for them, right? Knowing that you have so much passion to elevate people's careers makes us even stronger.
Of course.
Right, so it's exciting for us.
Of course,
right?
Of course, sales are excitement all the time.
It is.
On top of that, we fulfilling, Canadians' dreams to, we own the home.
Right, exactly.
In Canada.
Exactly.
That's the best happiness you get it when somebody says, "Oh my God, 5 years in Canada and now I moved to my own house," right?
Yeah.
And for them is next level happiness is. The confidence comes out and they become a part of Canada. That is because I'm a very fond of about Canada. And when somebody think about country and building, definitely housing is a federal issue, and being in the industry, when we support the citizens to achieve their dream, and when Canadians achieve their dream, it means Canada achieving their dream.
Giving the people around you, the people from your roots, being a point person to help them navigate this roadmap to home ownership, which obviously you and your team provide. That is, something that it should be held with high regard, right? Because you are supporting your clients, supporting people that are wanting to know more about the industry, and it's a nasty industry out there. And having people that have the values behind providing great service, which you guys do, the community's lucky to have you guys.
Thank you very much.
I can't tell you enough. The team, everyone around you, from Aunt, Amit, everyone, your daughter, everybody. They are absolutely amazing, because their dedication to just being genuine. But their dedication to true service and providing that longevity in the client relationship is, you don't see that a lot. which is why we get along. I think at the end, right?
Because
So it's valuable. It's
because our
valuable.
focus is same, our goal is same.
yeah.
You know, to improve others' lives.
Right,
You know, of
right.
course, and financial education to our customers.
Yeah.
And I try to teach one more thing: patience.
Patience. Yeah, I agree. I got to do that more often.
Everyone have the patience,
yeah,
but
yeah,
they have to
yeah.
find it.
Breathe. Just take a moment, pause, be patient, and breathe. And yeah,
Approval
yeah.
happen or not, this and that. So
yeah.
I definitely explain them step by step.
Right, right.
You know, submitting submit button is not happen immediately, but there is some timelines and all these things. But it's amazing, you know.
Yeah.
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 So
I agree.
and I think so. We have to wrap up now,
Yeah. So thank you.
right? So thank you very much, Alan,
My
for this amazing
pleasure.
information.
Thank you.
And as a teams together, we are part of you.
Yeah.
We are part of Pineapple,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, I'm
And
excited.
being
We're
that,
excited.
and we become sweet also like you now.
Yeah. You know what? I'm excited. Thank you so much for having
You're
me.
welcome.
You are a breath of fresh air, you and your team. And we're looking forward to the many successes and the positivity that we both share for the future.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And I hope everyone got a great information about the future career if you are looking to become a mortgage agent. So
Contact this one.
Thank you, and see you all of you again.
Appreciate it, Vic. Thank you.
Thank you,
sir. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Bye bye.